Everybody, welcome back to Sid's Modded Life, episode 45 with me, Sid, and I haven't done a huge amount since last time. However, I have run around with... There's a couple of spots. This needs fixing. If I were to get you, and you, and you, and then go and find... I think we'll find one of what I'm looking for over here. And we can... It's actually already done it, but we'll do that anyway. There we go. All that does is basically chisels out a little bit of glowstone into the mix there. Right, so I've lit up quite a lot all the way up there, all the way up there. I haven't done this side yet, but all of this is lit. Bone mealed, given a little bit of tree. It was looking a little bit flat, shall we say, and so I've basically given it a whole load of tree action going on there, and yeah, just a little bit of DIY cleaning up around the place. And we are going to put that aside, and we are going to start today and make our diesel generator. The diesel generator requires 6 steel scaffolding, 5 fluid pipes. Okay, so if we have a look at scaffolding, steel scaffolding, we need that, which is 6. There we go. And 5 fluid pipes, I think it said, didn't it? How are we doing for that? Yeah, we're all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the plan today is to try and get this done and working. So we got those. We need a redstone engineering block. We need 13 heavy engineering blocks. Now here's the fun one. Heavy engineering blocks. Bang. We need to make... I personally think we should get... Right, how are we for electrum for starters? 2. And that is used for... Hang on. That makes 2, and we need 13. That means we need 14, means we need 7 of those. We've got 2, we need to get 5 more. So that's the first thing we need to sort out. Gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do 8. Why 8? Why not? There is no rhyme or reason for this. It's just a figure that I like the sound of. And let that do its thing. That is obviously going to grind through and make me gold and silver, and then we can combine that to make electrum and then cook it. Now the other things we need apart from the heavy engineering blocks are 4 generator blocks. Okay, now if I remember rightly, these are quite expensive. Yeah, but we only need 2 lots of those, so we're going to need those. For that we're going to need those. Okay. And of course for that we're going to need those. Right, let me pull this lot together and I shall be right back with you. Alright, first snag, we're out of steel. We've got everything except for the generators and the radiator blocks so far. We're out of steel. I did put another batch in. I have put some more coal in, so ultimately we should hopefully... I haven't got a huge amount, but how's that doing? Yeah, not there yet. 16 may do it, may not. We'll see how we go. Unfortunately, this is one of those things where we are entirely dependent on the speed of that thing. Now we can upgrade it. We could put the blast furnace upgrades on the side. I'm not entirely sure how valuable that will be. That will give us the generator blocks and we can put all of that away. Now the last thing we need, I believe, are the 9 radiator blocks, and this is one of those ones. Well, let's see whether it used to be one of those recipes that really winds me up. And it is still one of those recipes that really winds me up. The reason for this is simple. I need 9 of these. The recipe calls for 2, it makes 2 per, and the uses for that are few and far between. So you always end up with a spare one, which is annoying. A bit. It's not a lot, but it is a bit. So I need 5 lots of those, and I don't think, let's have a look. That requires 4. Let's have a look. Steel, we have got 7, so that's enough for another one, and we need to do it 5 times, so we need more steel. We are a little bit stuck at the moment, so right now we're going to take a break, wait for that steel to process, and I will be right back with you. Alright, let's see whether we've got enough. I've made the first 2. I was kind of getting annoyed with the amount of backwards and forwardsing I had to do with the buckets, so I've just got another 2 buckets. We may have enough, we may have enough, we don't know, because I've not actually checked my maths on this. So there's number, we're going to get away with it just, yeah. Okay, well, that's it. We have everything we need to make that, except for flux plugs. We only need 1 each one. Yeah, I don't think we'll need more than 1, but for that we're going to need to make those. For those we're going to need that, make that, do some of that, make me 1 of those, and then we need another batch of those, and that will give me 1 of those. We're going to need a ender tank, 2 ender tanks actually. What are we missing? Obsidian? Surely not. We are. Alright. Right. So, new mission. We know there's caves out there with lava in, but to be honest, there's lava on the surface in plenty of places around here. So we may as well just head out to the nearest one, which is probably there. Kind of swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Probably that one. Yeah, I'm going to go and get myself some obsidian, and I shall be back in a mo. Mission accomplished. So that means that we should be good to make 2 more of these. We can get rid of that, and those and that for the time being. Might as well consume that little bit of experience there. We need some yellow dye again. We're going to take 4 of those, and I probably, no, there's no probably about it, I need a fluid thing as well, which means we're probably going to want 1 of those. We almost certainly want 1 of those, and we want that times 2 actually. Bang, bang, bang. Job should be a good one. Night is fallen, so we'll quickly sleep, and we should be able to start generating copious, and if nothing else, obscene amounts of power, comparatively, very shortly, which would be nice, because everybody likes obscene amounts of power. I don't know what's obscene about it. I mean, you know, is it pornographic power? Is it stormy power? Sorry, I shouldn't have made jokes about that, should I? No, who am I kidding? Of course I should. And we'll stick another one in there. Perfect. Right. So we are going to come down under here. And we are going to place a ender tank. I need to just double check. I did those yellow, white, yellow. So if I go yellow, yellow, white, then we should be good, shouldn't we? I think that will work. Yellow, yellow, white. Let me take this one and very quickly just match that up before I forget, because it's such a complicated code. I am being facetious, by the way. So that goes in. Excellent. And we shall pile that back in there, and then we'll stick a bit of U in and a bit of U in. Perfect. And then I'm thinking we'll actually come over this side, and we need our book, and we're basically going to go stop, play. Right, so radiators are at that end, power is at this end, and I think the inputs are at this end as well. So we'll do the radiator at the far end here. Do I want to bring them right up? You know what, why not? It doesn't hurt. Heavy steel down there, and then this has changed, by the way. This has definitely changed. Was that 1, 2? It just was 3. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and a generator block in the middle. Lovely. Next layer is well, we might as well get the generator in. See it as we can, and then the redstone controls there. It's a bit of a pain that it's right on the edge there. No, we'll stick with it. We'll stick with the design. 1, 2, 3, and then presumably the rest of that is heavy scaffolding blocks. And then we have that and that and that, that and that. As I say, this is a very different design in many respects. And then we just need to hit it with a hammer somewhere, presumably there. The actual block itself is pretty much identical to what it used to be. So we can take you, and we can put you over here. We can take you, put you on there. That is going to go to power gen, and it is going to be called diesel 1. Transfer limit is not limited, and we shall interesting. Okay, let's have a look then. I mean, that is doing nothing, which in itself is odd. Right. Now there is a possibility. We're going to go and just check that one out. I need to go and grab a... one of the reasons why I want to get so much power, by the way, is I'd like to get to wireless wireless storage. Okay, so if we take fluid... Oh, I know, probably want more than that. But we can make more, so it's not a problem. Very strange. Very strange indeed, I say. But doesn't matter. See, I put the paths in. I told you I wouldn't use them. Right. So if I were to do something like this, and then another, and I were to place you there, that will connect in. Going to look a little odd if we end up with this, but let's see what we do end up with. Nothing. Nothing at all. That's definitely the input. I don't think we're going to need a lever on it. We can check it, but let me just check this one out and I'll be back with you in a sec. That is very peculiar. I don't know why that's not playing, but we're going to try a couple of other options just to take this to the next level. So I've built that is clearly not working. And we don't need any of you. So we can make, well, we can make a fluid laser relay. That's an option. We can make a couple of those, and they don't need to be anything fancy. Although it has to be said, myself and lasers, as you know, we're not best of friends. But we chuck those. No, that's not right. We chuck those down there. So that's fluid relay, and if we get the laser wrench, because we'll need you as well, we've got, if we look at fluid pipes, we can make a fluid extractor. Carbonite we can make like that. That's not what I need to look at. That is that, so we make a wee bit of you, cook that up. I think that's right. Did I read that? No, it's not. Damn it. I think I've just made a mistake there. That wants to be that, so we need one of those. Is it one? Hang on. That uses an iron plate, and that just uses carbonite plate, which we cook. There we go. And then we can get in there. We can make some of that, which we probably need to just hammer a couple. That's not what I wanted. Bang. Let's, you know what, it's one of those things, when in doubt and you've got the resource, play, because you can. You know, we can try all of these. We can try that. We can try that. That needs a switch, so that's fine. I don't think we've really got anything else other than the quantum stuff, then the fluid thing. We've got a fluid router from Immersive Engineering. God knows how that works. Fluid loader from Immersive Railroading, which is possibly something we're going to want to get down eventually. Fluid placer, fluid storage tank, but I think pretty much this is it. We've got three options there. Let's go. Oh no, obviously we could go with XNet. That's the fourth option. We'll find one that works, I'm sure. And yeah, how hard can it be? I see you, sir. Hello. Dad. Oh, wow, there's quite a little click. And spider. Love that bow. What's not to love when you think about it? But right, let's start off with something simple. Stick you here, and we shall stick that there. Oh no. We'll stick that there, with that on the side, and then we shall link that to that. Doing bugger all. Got to be said. All right. Let's try. Oops, a little bit too much. Sometimes these can be a bit finicky from working from the underside only. So just make sure I'm not. Get that. Let's try that one then, from there to there. No. Lasers and me, we're definitely not getting on. I'm going to try a bit of this. And we're just going to try without a pump. I don't think this will work, but yeah, absolutely jack diddly. I mean, this is bio. Let me just check something. This is biodiesel, isn't it? Biodiesel. Biodiesel runs in a biodiesel, in a diesel generator. All right. We have got one more thing to try, which is that. Well, again, we may have to pop this on sideways, but nothing. Not a bloody bean. Intriguing. Right, so we'll put you on the top this time, just to see. Again, as I know. Ah, bomb. Bizarre. That isn't even letting me interact with it now. Why? Hang on. No, that's yellow, yellow, white. It is. So I wasn't showing the. That is bloody weird. All right, let me have a little play with this. I'll be back in a mo. All right, I'm running out of ideas here. I did wonder whether it was the version, but I tried upgrading a few things, and that resulted in the world not loading at all. Which things I've tried moving the old generator over, and first things first, I'm just wondering if we can get away with inputting into the bottom here. Well, I don't think we can. Okay. Well, that answers that particular question. So we'll put you back there, and then we shall come over here, and see again, nothing. It's almost as if this biodiesel isn't interacting with this, whether immersive petroleum is breaking it or what. I really do not know. That is very strange indeed. And annoyingly strange. I mean, this thing is not cheap to build. I mean, I don't suppose I can... Oh, God, here we go. Bonk. No, you can't bucket it in. I am stumped. I am genuinely stumped. I really don't know what to suggest now. I mean, it looks impressive, but if it don't work, then it's kind of pointless. There's nothing we can do. Let me just check. There's nothing further we can do with biodiesel, is there? Is it? I mean, yeah, there's nothing. It's just... Oh, that's infuriating. I'm going to need to do some research on this and do a little bit of trying to find out what the hell's going on, I suppose. But hang on, let me just... What we're going to do is we're just going to jump into create... Oh, hang on. I'm just going to take this and drain it back in, because clearly not a great deal of point in maintaining that. There we go, thank you. And then we'll stick you back on there with your little bit of juice, and you can also go in. Alright, so let's get some game mode changing going on here, and let me just move all of my valuables out of the way. So I'm going to grab a fluid pipe. Again, we'll go with that, and then we can have a look at diesel. So we've got diesel bucket from Immersive Petroleum and biodiesel from Immersive Engineering. We've got what else have we got? Let's have a look at Immersive. I personally think that we're looking at an issue with Immersive Petroleum, because that's the only thing I can think of that would knock out the diesel, lubricant, gasoline. Take a want a gasoline, okay. Gasoline, napalm, probably not a typical fuel type. And then we just need to get some kind of tank. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, that will do. And we shall place, let's have a look. So what we're going to do is we're going to place you here. No, we're not. We're going to replace you there. And we are going to place this here. So if this works, let's start off with gasoline. Okay. I mean, this is just doing nothing. That's generating nothing. Alright, let's try the diesel bucket then. Alright, let's try something else. Get a capacitor. High voltage capacitor, and you input from the top, don't we? So what we'll do is we'll pop that there. That should be empty. It is. Get some power cable. Because this is really bizarre. It's almost as if it's either not inputting. So it's that appears to be the problem. That is going down, so we'll just knock you out for a second. So it appears to be this that is failing to input the power, not as we thought the other way round. Okay, I'm just going to, we'll sort out the cables later. Let me take second cable and break that and go 1, 2, 3, and then put that on here. This is diesel gen, and it is going into power gen. Intriguing. No limit. Input output of that, but that's still not taking it in. Intriguing. Alright, let me get back to my proper game mode so I'm not cheating. But that was interesting. It wasn't overly interesting, but it was interesting. So why is that not working? It's got to be something to do with this end. No, it can't. That, hang on. I need to just go and check something there. Either I'm doing that, inputs it into the network, doesn't it? That's right. Is it just because we're full? I think it might be because we're full. It appears we are full, or near as, damn it. So that's going back out. Yeah, okay. That is full as well. I think after all of that, it's just basically we're full. God. Alright. Okie dokie. Well, in which case that should mean that we're good. Right. So, armed with all of that. Now this, and I realise that this, I'm now probably a little bit over after that little bit of a faff. But armed with all of that information and knowledge and power and all the other good things, we can actually start to things. So let's have a look at a cloche again. And we may, oh, we are out of treated wood. Damn it. Oak. get me some of that going on. Let me just go and treat a little bit of wood. The question is, with these cloches, is what will they actually work with? What plants, in fact, can we do? And I can also be checking here, which is, we've got a slight increase, which is always nice. I'll do that. Out with you. Bang, and in with you. And then that can just go down my neck, because, you know, I am getting a bit of a drink habit, it's got to be said. So I just think this is not going on because it's not been required, which is interesting. As I say, not hugely interesting, but it is interesting. So we'll continue on, and we'll have a little bottle of that. And I don't think we'll need, I'll just do a couple of lots. In fact, I might as well. We've got 89 buckets. I will get these done, and I'll see how long we've been recording to see how much more we do this episode. But yeah, at least we know I'm not completely barking up the wrong tree. And we also know now that should our power drop below a certain level, we can, you know, just really hammer it. That should be enough. So in terms of cloching, if that's such a thing, my guess is that we won't be able to do half or almost any of the rustic plants. Just because we know for a fact that they are tricky, shall we say. Let me get a condenser again. We need to get one of those. That means we need to get one of those, which is always nice. Then we can get, whoops, we've actually got most of them. Okay, make me some pistons. 1 and 2. What are we missing now? Gears. 1 and 2. So we're missing a bucket of water and the stuff. Right, get that together, back in a mo. Alright, so we've got the first batch of stuff. There's a whole load of seeds here, a rustic bush, which I'm pretty certain won't work. There's a whole bunch of other bits and pieces of plants from rustic we can play with as well, which may or may not work. What have I got? No, of course I haven't got. I also need a flux thingy. Let's do this out here for now for testing purposes. Yeah, we can just do it anywhere out here really, as long as it's not a hang on. Thank you. Out we go. And oh, I haven't got the bloody water extractor either. God damn it. God, everything's full as well. This is really not helping. And I forgot to completely check how long I've been recording, so I could be way over by now. Right, I need to get a water thingy and a power thingy, and I'll be back again in a sec. Alright, we've got this up and in and running, and it has power, or at least it should have power. Yes, it does. So I brought some various bits over, so I'm guessing that this will probably work. No, it won't. Okay. Failed. Fluffy Puffs from Silent Gems. Will not work. Now, I don't think it's possible to put farmland in there, which might be the issue here. Coffee seeds. Coffee seeds from Factory Editions are working okay. Take them out. I don't want to actually grow coffee seeds, but grape seeds from Rustic, almost certainly not. Yeah, that's a shame. Although it does give me a build, so I think barley seeds from Natura. No. Cotton seeds from Natura. No. Tomato seeds from Rustic. These shouldn't. I will say I would have been hugely surprised if they had. Same with chili peppers, because these both have a requirement to grow on a stake. Flax seeds from Actual Additions. Yes. Okay. Well, we can put that down as a yes. Beetroot will. I don't even know why I brought that one along. We know that will go no problem. Melon should be fine. And you actually get a little baby melon stand after a while. Wow, I've never actually grown melons in that. That's pretty cool. I like that. I am at about 40 minutes, by the way, so we will be wrapping up very imminently. Wow, that is... Oh, and you actually get that comes out. Okay, fine. So melon works. Pumpkin is going to be the same. Wheat works. Canola actually works. So we could replace our canola thing with things. Now, mooncap mushroom from Rustic fails, which again is not a surprise. Aloe vera from Rustic is also a failure. So we know that I'll check the deathstalk mushroom. I don't think there's any danger of that working. There isn't. And finally, the wild berry bush will almost certainly not, which is kind of, again, no surprise whatsoever. So, on that note, we've tested out some stuff and we have got a diesel generator running. We probably need to start thinking about some kind of farming for some of these materials, certainly the Rustic potion ingredients and some of the Rustic alcohol ingredients. This is fine. In fact, it's not fine because it's an absolute abject failure of a brew, but that doesn't matter. We can still raise your mead and say cheers, everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.